Brother, won't you take my hand? I'm a vision of a shattered man. I need your help to understand where we went wrong. I'm tired of this place.
Hi there, this is Baz from Rock and Reel Reviews, and I'm here in the Classic Grand in Glasgow with Mr. Paul Logue of Eden's Curse. Paul, how are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How's yourself?
No bad, mate, no bad. Good to see you again.
The boys did well. They were pushing forward that second half, no?
Hope you're talking about the Rangers there, son.
No. We don't push forward anyone.
Anyway, in case you've not guessed, or in case you've not seen the last video, I know Paul out with these kind of circles, hence the shite patter.
Yeah, that he's been used to for years.
So Paul, we had an interview about a year ago there, no long after Symphony of Sin came out kind of thing. How's things been going since? What have you been up to since the last time we spoke?
Oh crikey, in a year, what have we done in a year? Jeez, played a lot of shows with our UK tour.
Yep.
The album did well, it was the primary goal really, get it out there, introduce the new lineup to the world, so it's been great. We've had an opportunity to play in Belgium as well. I'm sure there's more, but
how was the tour then? Well, it finished up in London, didn't it?
London was great. What a good night.
I saw you in Glasgow. I was at the gig in Glasgow.
Yeah, Glasgow. I mean, first night of the tour, a few gremlins in the night map. I don't know what happened to my bass, but there was somebody behind the amp pulling cables out or something. But that's fine. We got there in the end, and the band that finished the tour was, well played. And at that point, not that it wasn't Glasgow, we were very well rehearsed, always well rehearsed in this band. But first night gremlins, as usual. But it was sold out show for us. The crowd seemed to like it. Videos we saw back sounded decent, Again, for Nicola, I think you'll see a different guy tonight on stage. Because for him, that guy's opened for Whitesnake in front of 30,000 at the National Football Stadium, but he was singing in his own language. Actually, the singing's not the problem, it's pronunciations of the songs, and I think he felt under a lot of pressure in the opening night. And that's natural. Carried
off admirably, I've got to say.
Natural, but the guy that you saw at the end of the tour was like a different beast, and then we played in Belgium.
Yeah, it was that festival you played out in Belgium. How did that go down?
It was great. Yeah, we were a second headliner on the night, and great. Brussels is a good town, but they're different audiences, Which brings you to the point why we're doing tonight here,
Yeah, indeed. I noticed when I was creeping about in your Facebook page, looking at your holiday photographs.
About on my Facebook page, holiday photographs.
just to see you topless, Paul. And you mentioned on that you've been writing.
Yes.
Writing again for the new album. How did that go?
Well, I was writing lyrics actually. Been writing some lyrics, so I was just telling the last chaps there. One of the titles I'll give you is Jericho.
Jericho.
I was quite interested.
Song title rather than album title kind of thing. Yeah.
So I was quite interested in the Battle of Jericho and the walls of Jericho, the whole myth surrounding that. So I did a bit of Wikipedia print. I'm not a big reader anyway, Barry. I kind of like my Dan Brown books and. That's what I read, that and the Beano.
Your wife's a librarian, Paul.
I'm a major disappointment to her. I'm a major disappointment. I might do a bit more. If I tell her I'm going to get an iPad, and I might do a bit more, but I've got a subscription to Classic Rock. It takes me 4 months to read the 1 month's issue,
So again, is it very kind of historical, kind of biblical kind of themes that you've come up with?
For that idea, I mean, we do write a lot for personal experience. So I've written a lot of songs that's personal, but we do put that slant on it. I mean, I think now we're 5 albums in, it's who we are.
Very much.
I'm married for 16 years. I really don't want to write. If I write a love song, it is about, probably my daughter now more so. Sorry, Pam, But and she knows that, She knows that. As I said, it might be about the Doug next,
Obviously we're sat here, you're gearing up, or you're recording a live album tonight here in Glasgow, so what's been a lot of build up involved in that over the past couple of weeks, I would imagine. What's been involved pulling the band together and stuff?
I mean, for us it's just a regular show, I mean, actually the guys coming in for the recording have been very quiet doing their bits, and that's been great. That's not added. I mean, I'm sitting here genuinely without a word of lie, without any butterflies, none whatsoever, because it's Glasgow, you know that you're going to get a good crowd. It's Friday night in Glasgow. I remember driving up when we toured with Stratovarius. We opened at Wolfram Hall, Wolverhampton, and we just walked on the stage and we played an open A on the first song. And then and that's the way the show went the whole night. It was just a great feedback, great audience. The next night was the fucking same. And I'm telling the guys, they're raving in the van, obviously, being foreigners a bit. Brilliant, what an audience, best audience I've ever played. That's not a good audience. Where do you see? And it actually genuinely took my breath away. I came on the stage and they actually started shouting at the intro. They started the intro, not even the first chord, and I was like, I mean, it literally took the wind out my sails, and I gave a wee pump to the chest. I mean, it was, and that's the reason that they're just a different intensity level. And on a Friday night, I mean, that's Friday night was what you'll know the song title better than me. Friday night's made for fighting or whatever.
That was Saturday night, sorry, for fighting Elton John.
Who cares? It's only a night, isn't it?
It's Friday night, it's Glasgow, fight any night. Let's be honest. My next question actually was why Glasgow, but I think you pretty succinctly answered that.
That's it. I mean, we have. I mean, audiences elsewhere are fabulous, you know, but some of them are hard work in terms of, you know, they really want impressed. I mean, I remember the first time we played London, and I felt London was quite a hard audience, but the last show on the tour was probably the best show on the tour, but we're 4 albums in, you know, we're unknown quantity the first time we played, so I guess it depends on where you are in your career as a band, so we've been very blessed in this band to have good receptions wherever we seem to go. So.
Nice.
Glasgow will take care of itself.
Sure it will. Have we got any wee exclusives or any wee surprises coming up in the set tonight that you can talk about?
We've brought back 3 oldies. We've got 2 songs we've never played in the UK before ever.
Alright.
So that's, you know, we've tried to keep it like me. I think it's really important being the current album, the new lineup. That Nicola's singing the majority of his songs. It's split 50-50, you know, all the big hitters are there. We brought back a couple that might have dropped out since May, and that'll be it. But in terms of guests or anything like that, no, we're just straight band.
And the Elton John covers any Saturday night?
No covers, you know. We've 4 albums worth of your own material's hard enough without bringing covers, and we've done covers but as bonus tracks in Japan and things, and we just say, but if we do that, we've got to lose something, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't want it. It's hard enough picking a set, you know. Some of my favourite Eden's Curse songs I've never actually played live, which is
right enough?
True. There's like 4 off the first album that I've never we've never even rehearsed them. So it's hard, you know.
Strange, isn't it?
It's hard.
You're supported tonight by Cold Spell.
Yes.
Not a band I'm familiar with at all. You want to tell us a wee bit about them?
Yeah, they are from somewhere, apologies to the guys, somewhere in Sweden. I would say Stockholm, but I would be maybe offending half the band. I know Mickey, the main guy, stays up north, but I've kind of become familiar with them in the last few years. They're very similar to us in terms of line-up, approach. They're good writers, they're a good bunch of guys, nice guys to deal with, and we've been talking for a couple of years about doing something together, and just really this was the right time, you know. We said to them, listen, do you want to come and do this? And luckily they were doing a tour at the time, and it worked out.
So they were on the road,
they booked a tour around it, so they knew that Glasgow was an option for them.
Brilliant.
So we'll see where that leads to. If we can go over to Sweden, do a couple of dates with them, who knows. But
excellent.
I think in this industry, you know, times are hard. If we pull together with like-minded bands and musicians, and there's not got time for egos, you know. I've just not got time to deal with people. I like dealing with genuine, down-to-earth guys that get it, that want to work hard and do it, and this band works hard, and they're a great live band, so I'm looking forward to seeing them myself, really. I'm hoping to catch as much of their set as I can.
Yeah, I'm keen to manage to get in and see a bit of that myself as well. Like I say, never heard them before, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, if you like our material, I'm sure you'll find a lot of similarities in style and all that.
Excellent. So obviously, recording the album, the next big thing will be that coming out. When are you hoping to get it out, do you know?
Well, we've said to the label, we're touring Germany in March. Sorry David, I keep booting the table. We're looking to have it out in March for the tour, so that would be early March, so that means the minute we come back next week is straight into editing. And then we have to schedule a mix with Dennis Ward and then our art files and all our photos to get picked, so there's a lot of work. We might take Christmas off for the families because we're like that.
Cut them a bit of slack.
That's it. Cut them a bit of slack. No, I mean next week will be next 2 weeks will probably be chilling out with the family that put up with all the sacrifices of us being busy for the last week and a bit, or months actually. It's months of rehearsals and fairness that people don't see, but yes, the hard work is commencing straight away.
Cool. And what's up after that then? Are you moving straight on to writing to the new album?
We are, yes. I think we've got Vasby Festival in the summer, which will be a nice sidetracker, but the rest of it I'm hoping to be out in Serbia recording vocals in summertime, but that depends on how well the writing goes. So we're a good portion into it, you know. We've got at least 7 or 8 concrete ideas, but we usually go treble that, maybe even quadruple that amount to choose from. So we've got a great relationship with AFM that they just whenever you're ready, you tell us.
They're very much hands off your label kind of thing. I just let you go on with it.
I mean, they've never asked for a demo in 4 albums.
Right.
And I did quiz them on that about 3 albums in, and the label manager Neil said, "Well, you're not exactly going to give me a 9-inch Nails album, are you?" I just deleted that then. So, no, I mean they know us, we know them, and the relationship's working really well for us.
Excellent. Well, listen, Paul, again, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Best of luck for the night. I'm sure you won't need it. I'm sure the crowd will be right behind you. We'll be up there anyway. You probably got a pair of my kecks thrown at you or somewhere at some point, hanging off the end of your base, mate.
Now we're talking your knickers or your boots.
Once again, Paul Logue, Eden's Curse, Symphony of Sin, been out for a while now, and the new album, hopefully March, the live album, out then. Paul, see you soon,
Thanks,
mate.
Baz.
Cheers.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.